Shalom, shalom. Welcome, Torah Mitzion. Been a very exciting 70 days. Now we're after the 70 days. And I wanted to do a quick recap on what transpired, what's going on, of course, in the world. Wow, it's pretty amazing. But let's put it in perspective about what we focused on regarding the series, again, on our Star of Jacob, or Kol Yaakov. Very interesting. Now, I was up on Har Zion. That's a place where I have a center over there, very close to King David. And we'll talk about that another point later on. But I want to just go over this because some people were disappointed and said, hey, it talks about it's supposed to be an earthquake on day 70, which was our last Shabbat. And it didn't quite happen. Or did it? So I want to go through this and I want to read from the Zohar and go over what really happened and possibly why things didn't quite happen the way that we originally thought they were going to happen. But that's been going along for a while already, so it's all good. So on that note, let's look at the Zohar. Again, this is from our section of Bilam, okay, or Balak, Parshat Balak. And here we have it. It's written, during the day when the star will be covered, the Holy Land will shudder and shake 45 miles around the area of the temple. Now that is again how we read it. If, however, you look at it a little bit more carefully in the actual Aramite of it, it says over here, and we talked about this, that again, it says that the Holy Land, because it's written Arak Hadisha, the Holy Land, and it says that it will shudder and shake, the word Yizdava, or Yizdaza actually, and is that really meaning the Holy Land itself? We thought it is originally, and then it says about Memhe Milin, which is a measurement of 45 mil. Then it says Sahar Raneh Atar Dahave Be Mikdasha. Again, that's talking about an area around the Mikdash, the Holy Temple, or the place of the Holy Temple. And that again is what we really thought it really meant. Now, what happened? Nothing happened in the Holy Land. Something happened in California. Yes, there was an earthquake over there, but that wasn't here in the Holy Land. But nonetheless, something did happen. Something very miraculous happened. And of course, that has to go along with what happened in Syria. Now, if we look carefully now, and we understand in retrospect, we can see that of course, the word mikdash or mikdasha is the same letters as the word domestic or domeshek, which is the word for Damascus in Ivrit. And something very powerful did happen. And that 45 miles or less mil measurement that was taking place on the Shabbat very well could have been one of those quote-unquote rebel forces were coming and getting closer and closer and closer, closing in on Dמשek, on that area. And therefore, there was literally a earthquake of changing of events that actually did transpire in the period really began on the Shabbat and became to its fruition the next day when it was captured. And what also did they see over there? They also found, let's continue reading, it says over there, and a cave under the ground will be discovered. What did they discover? They discovered a prison that was sealed with people who haven't seen the light of day, people who were born literally in the prison, cemented off. You guys seen the news on these things. This could be that cave that it's talking about, that cave would be discovered. And from that cave will emanate, it says, a fire to burn the world. Why is it burning the world? Because number one, the world should see and should take really note, and more than that, take action about the atrocities that Bashar Assad committed, what was going on over there that nobody knew about for whatever reason it was, and he got away with. But now that it's discovered, where's the UN? Where are all the people talking who are against Israel? Genocide, that were doing all of these bad things somehow, that are still against us right now. Where are they? Where are their voices? How much can humanity put up with inhuman treatment of others, of our fellow Jews, and of our fellow human beings? Not really Jews in this case, it doesn't make a difference. It's humanity. How much can we take, and how much can Hashem take? How much can Hashem accept? He wants the world to see this. He wants the world to now do something about this. People who will stand and who will say this is completely injustice and inhumane. Therefore, that fire of anger, that fire has to come out and has to literally be that much to make a big difference in the entire world. That's number one. Number two, Hashem himself now looks and says, let's see what people are going to do. Are people going to now look and understand what is right, what is wrong? Or are they still going to choose the side of evil and still be, okay, so they put the people in and whatever. They probably deserved it. Or are they going to say no? Hashem is going to judge the people. Hashem is always judging. Hashem judges in a way of mercy. But there's also din. There is also true justice to the letter of the law. And if people make the wrong choice, don't be fooled. Hashem will come hard and will bring this fire to literally be able to destroy the world. So people will be able to see the severity of our actions or our inactions, for that matter. Not only that, let's continue back in the Zohar. And from that cave, the same type of incident, the same type of thing will emanate, also it says, will grow a great lofty branch that will dominate over the entire world, and the kingdom will be granted to him. Again, the Most High people, righteous, they will be gathered to him. And it says a Mashiach then will be revealed, the entire world, and the kingdom is going to be granted to him. So how does that correlate? So again, looking in hindsight now and in retrospect, we can say that this now is going to be up to the Jewish people here and up to us listening, and even non-Jews, in order for us to take also action and to bring us now into the next phase. What is the next phase? It is the process of Mashiach. Ruach HaMashiach, the spirit of Mashiach. Now, what are we talking? Which spirit of Mashiach? Let's continue on. So the Zohar continues and says, at the time of this revealing, talking about Mashiach, then the people of the world will find themselves in one distress after another distress, one sorrows after another. And those who are against, who hate Israel, the Jews, they are going to actually grow stronger. And they're going to have the upper hand somehow still. But wait, when this occurs, it says, then the Ruach HaMashiach, then the spirit of Mashiach will rise up against them and will destroy the wicked Edom, and the entire land of Seir will go up in flames. Hold on a second. What Mashiach are we talking about here? We know from our tradition that this is referring to Mashiach Ben Yosef. Mashiach, Messiah, the son of Joseph. This is the one that's supposed to actually fight these wars, bring things and prepare the grounds for Mashiach Ben David. This is what's supposed to happen. And this is what is happening before our eyes. And we have to be a part of the process. As I mentioned before in the last video, this is a part of the 999 steps of Mashiach Ben Yosef, as the Vilna Gaon lays out for us, and his Talmud, his relative, the nephew, who brings this out in the book of the Kol HaTor. And he brings it out very, very specifically about the job, the process of Mashiach Ben Yosef. And this is where we need to all be involved in. This is the next step. This is because of a situation, the lofty branch, that now we need to help to manifest and to work together to achieve, to complete. He started the process. The process has been going. It's been going kind of slow. Now we need to expedite, pick up the pace, because Hashem has already picked up the pace. So, with all of that said and beginning to be understood, let's go back now into understanding and kind of decoding a little bit more about what this prophecy was about and how it manifested. Now, I can say it like this. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he had it right. He always everything right. Hashem, he gives us a choice how things will manifest and how they won't manifest. If we were on the level, all of us, Jewish people, the world in a whole, no doubt, Hashem could have manifested it really in the way we're the Holy Land of Israel, and the whole area around Har Habayit would shake. And this would be such a big miracle. It would cause such a big difference into this world. And people would be able to see the hand of Hashem really at work. And that would have been in a revealed way. Aval, however, Hashem also knows people are afraid, people have their place, they have their land, they have this and they have that, and it's going to have to be super miracle because people don't want to lose their houses, don't want to lose everything from the shuddering and shaking of the entire land of Israel. At least we're not to that point yet. Therefore, based on our situation, Hashem did cause a literal political, a complete change, a paradigm shift, earthquake, beginning now in the Middle East over here and in Syria. And again, there's a lot of prophecies about Damascus, about Damascus. We can go through those later on. I know, I'm pretty sure there are rabbis right now going through this already on the internet. I haven't seen really too much. I haven't had much time. I've been ill. I've been sick for a while. So part of the reason for my delay. Also, I'm trying to also still play catch up on things myself. But that's a different story. Anyway, what is going on and what did happen, and the hints in the Zohar itself when it talks about the Holy Land shaking, and talking about a 45 mil area around Damascus, around Damascus, or the city even as we have it now, though it's not the original city place. Nonetheless, it's still all relative. And it still is all precise because Hashem says that the land of Damascus, this is part of the Holy Land. This land will be given eventually to Israel. Israel's in there right now. And they're saying, no, it's only temporary. The world's already getting crazy. People are already saying that, no, you can't settle here, but it's not your land. It is our land. And Hashem is allowing us to know this. And therefore, from these words in the Zohar, when it talks about the Holy Land, Hashem is saying that, guess what? That is part of the Holy Land. And that belongs to the tribe of Dan. And they are the ones who are the gatherers at the end, gathering the lost sparks, gathering everything and preparing the way for the Jewish people. This is also why it's listed first in the book of Yechezkel, in chapter 47, when it's talking about how the land will be divided and how the land will be arranged in the times of Mashiach. It's all there. So when it's talking about the Holy Land, it is Holy Land. It's destined to be Holy Land. And the world will not have any say in the matter. If we do what's right now, and we do take and we put our claim, then guess what? The world's going to go crazy, up in flame. Yes, it's going to happen that way, but it's going to happen regardless, one way or the other. The world will understand. All the people will know. And those who read and are familiar with the Tanakh will also already know this, that this is a part of our destiny. This is a part of Hashem's divine plan. And who are we to go against it? We need to fulfill it. Having said that, I want to let you know that there is more. There are a lot more secrets. And I was again up that night on Har Zion, looking above. And I was gazing at the Temple Mount. I was gazing at the Dome of the Rock. The place where the Beit HaMikdash is going to be built. Beit Tefillati l'chol amim. It's coming. I want to go over some of this information because, again, this is a class and this is just not just information. This is practical information, kavanot, intention, mindfulness in order to manifest what needs to be done. And again, I am going through still more emails, so I have responded to some people. I have a lot more as well, so hang in there. And B'ezrat Hashem will get to you. Because right now, again, we are in Kislev. We are in the month coming up to Hanukah. Hanukah and the lights in the menorah is our great sages and the Zohar speak about the Or HaGanuz, that supernal hidden light that was hidden away for the righteous, is linked to Yosef HaTzadik, which is linked to the aspect of Mashiach Ben Yosef. And this light burns bright. And this light also is there, literally, to burn the world, but to illuminate the world. This is the time to put all of our power, as much as we can right now, into this process of Mashiach Ben Yosef. And again, we're going to work with this because now we're going to get into the next stage. The 70 days, they're complete, but it's not ending. It's only beginning now. Now we have to begin to understand also why 70. What leads into all of these things? How can we help to bring in this concept and help to culminate it with the Ruach HaMashiach, and what does that really mean? Yes, the star is still relevant. The star on my website, the star that you should download, and with the special kavanot. And again, we're going to go over more of that soon because this is all a part of bringing us closer and closer to the Geula Shlema through the process right now of Mashiach Ben Yosef. So I want to go over some of the kavanot, something that I was using that night on Shabbat on day 70. So there we have it written. And this is important. I just want to jump to something here. So from the words of the Zohar, when it talks about it, and it says, Yizdaza ara kadisha memhe milin saharane atar dahave be makdesha, which again is that the Holy Land will shudder and shake 45 mil around the Mikdasha. The Mikdash, or in this case, Damascus, Dameshek. Gematria of those words is 2451. Take a look and see. There is written in Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 11. It's written over there. Va'ireva et hasaganim V'amra, Madua ne'azav beit Elohim ve'akabsem ve'amdem al amdam. Translates, so I quarreled with those leaders in charge, and I said, why has the house of Hashem, meaning the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, been forsaken? And I gathered them, and I stationed them in their place. These words are a hint. We're forgetting the Beit HaMikdash. This is a paramount, so important. This is a cornerstone of what we need to have and what we need to work and ask Hashem to build and to have it established again. This has to be first and foremost of our goal and our intention, regardless of what the world says. And this is a hint right there from the Zohar, a hint right from what happened last week. Continuing, it also says over here, and again, I was saying these words on top of Har Zion, and it says over there also in Yeshayahu, chapter 28, verse 16, Amar Hashem Elokim, Hineni Yisad B'Tzion, Aven Bohan, Pinat. Then it says Yikrat, Musad Hama'amin. Translates, and Hashem, God, said, behold, I have laid a foundation stone in Sion, a fortress stone, a costly cornerstone, a foundation well founded. Then added to this gematria is the word Hama'amin, the believer. Who's the believer? We are all should be believers. So that night, it entered into my heart, literally, as Hashem was like asking me a question, saying to me, take a look and see. Do you think that the earthquake will happen tonight or tomorrow on Shabbat, and that everything you see will change? Do you believe it? And I answered, honestly, I said, oh Hashem, you know. I myself believe it. You can do everything and you do everything and anything. So I do believe it. And by the way, my wife and my family can attest to it. And I came back late that night. And I was there all through Shabbat. We were waiting to the last moment for that earthquake, for something to happen, something that we would know. I did not waver until after, literally, Abdallah. But nonetheless, one I did say that I believe it that night. The answer that came back to me was, Tov Ma'od, Ata Ma'amin, you are a believer. Because this is the level that we all need to reach, we all need to try to be at with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with Hashem. Be believers. No matter what we perceive, we don't perceive necessarily how Hashem perceives. His ways are higher than our ways. And we have to make sure we keep that faith. Be ma'amidim, be believers. Continuing now, as follows also. We also have done those words when it says again, the holy dam will shudder and shake up to 45 miles or mil. Those, the gematria of those words, Yizda Za'ara Kadisha Memhe Milin. And there's a reason why, and we're going to go through that also, or even with my special group that I'm working with now, that you can still be a part of, people, which is again going to be more secrets of what's the secret of 45 Memhe. As I said, I did a video on this already, part of it, but I didn't go into that much elaboration yet. And we also have the word milin. The word milin holds a lot of great secrets too. Everything is midayek. Everything is very precise. So the gematria of those words equals 1040. That's 1040. And if we take a look, we'll see in Bereshit, in the book of Genesis, chapter 48, verse 21. 48, moach, intellect. 21, shema hekeh. It's written over there. And Yisrael said to Yosef, behold, I am going to leave this world, die. And Hashem will be with you, and he will return you to the land of your forefathers. The words, the gematria of the words, Elokim imachem v'heshev etchem, is referring, which again translates again, and Hashem will be with you, and he will return you, speaking in a way in plural, is referring to the aspect of Mashiach Ben Yosef, because Yisrael, Yaakov, is talking to Yosef. And he is with us now. And he did return him now, this Ruach. And for us to now build upon this, so that we are here in the land of Israel, and those who aren't, we will all be here, the Jewish people in the land of Israel. But this is our mission, and this is what we need to work on, and this is why we have the guidance from that book of Kol HaTor to help us and to understand that this is all emet, this is all the truth. Let's go further. Let's take a look also in Breshit. And here we have it also in 48. 22, we also have it written over there. We have it. It says, and I have given you, again, this is Yisrael speaking with Yosef, I have given you one portion over your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amori, with my sword and with my bow. In Hebrew, those are the words, becharbi uvkashti, my sword and my bow. Rashi comments on those words, and the gematria exactly of those two words is 1040. He says, He chachmato utefilato. This is referring to the chachma, which is referring to the wisdom, the kavanot, and the tefilato, and his tefillah, which is going to now be our tefillah, our request, our prayers to Hashem, that he fulfill the kavanot and help us to fight the spiritual war. Because this is, again, gives the power down to the physical war and manifestation. But we have to take the actions. Now, continuing. Let's take a look also at another gematria of 1040. We have it written in Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 11, verse 10. And there it says, and it shall come to pass on that day that the root of Yishai, which stands as a banner for the people, to him shall the nations inquire, and his peace shall be with honor. The Hebrew words there, Amad lenes, Amim, Elav, Goyim, Yirashu. The gematria of those words, again, stands as a banner for the people, for the nations to inquire. Gematria, again, is 1040. This is referring to Ben Yishai, Mashiach Ben David, because the process of Mashiach Ben Yosef will eventually integrate and merge to bring out Mashiach Ben David. This is, again, an integrated merging process. But the first process, again, is Mashiach Ben Yosef. Let's take a look. If you think that this is just one little thing about the banner, we have another place where it talks about this concept of a banner with the same gematria of 1040. And this is also in Yeshayahu, Isaiah, and this is in chapter 13, verse 2. And there it says, regarding Babylon, on a tranquil mountain, raise a banner, raise your voice to them, wave, it says, your hand, that they may enter the gates of the nobles, of the political bureaucracy, those leaders. So if you take a look, the Hebrew word su'unes, remove, kol lahem hanifu. Again, raise a banner, raise your voice to them, wave. Gematria, again, is exactly 1040. So we have raise a banner regarding in a positive way. We have raise a banner in a way of talking, still positive, but it's also talking about the destruction of Bavel, Babylonia, who, again, destroyed the temple, the first Beit HaMikdash, Bavel. Now it's the time to go back and to fix all of this and to have the holiness, even the greater holiness of Beit HaMikdash Shlishi. And therefore, those who are against in all of those nations, and whoever the head nation is, whether it's the head of the snake, head of the octopus, Iran, or all of the conglomerates of all of them together, Turkey, they are all considered, in this case, like Bavel. Do you believe it? So will it happen? So let's continue to see another. In Yeshayahu again, Isaiah chapter 38, verse 7. It says over there the words, Ya'aseh Hashem Yudkei Vavkei et hadavar hazeh. Hashem will fulfill this thing, this word. 1040. All the hints are there. So don't doubt. Be a believer. Know it. Let's continue also, and let's put it in context. Let's go to Yirmiyahu. In Yirmiyahu, chapter 3, verse 15, it says over there, and I will give you shepherds according to my heart, and they will feed you with knowledge and understanding. Talking about our day and age right now, towards the end of days, or in the end of days. I aspire to help to be one of these shepherds. I aspire. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to feed right now you with knowledge and understanding. I'm trying to acquire the proper knowledge and understanding. But Hashem says, I will feed you with knowledge and understanding. Open up, use the video, use technology wisely, not foolishly. So many great, great rabbis right now, I know, speaking words of truth and educating people who have confusion, information that they have on two different sides and they don't know where to go. Trust the rabbis. Trust the Mamlechet Kohanim, those who are appointed to teach the nations, those who know their Torah, know the Tanakh, written and oral, and the secrets of the Kabbalah. Continuing in Yirmiyahu, also that we have in verse 17 over there, it says, at that time, they will call Yerushalayim the throne of Hashem, the throne of the Lord, and all nations shall gather to it in the name of Hashem, to Yerushalayim, and they shall no longer follow the idea of their evil heart. Harsh words. But take a look and see within this verse the words Yikra'u Yerushalayim Kisei Hashem Yudkei Vavkei Gematria 1040. So this is where the divine plan is going to. This is why everything going on right now in the Mideast and all around the world is all leading to. Do we accept it? Do we look forward to it? Are we going to try to break down the barriers that are trying to be against this or negate this from happening? The answer is, some are. Others aren't. And I hope all who are listening to this video, I'm sure, are the ones who are not against it, no, are absolutely for it. And this is where we have to strengthen ourselves, and we have to take action. I'm going to give you another one as well, just so you have an idea here. And let's take a look. Just give me one moment here, because there's a lot of information here. Okay, let's take a look regarding 1040 still, this section. Yirmiyahu, now, let's go to Jeremiah, Yirmiyahu, chapter 22, verse 15. And we'll have the words over there. V'aseh mishpat utzdaka az tov. And perform justice and righteousness, and it will be good. Hashem says that's what you have to do. Then we can avoid all of the problems and all of the wars. World, humanity, perform true in the eyes of Hashem, mishpat utzdaka, justice and righteousness. We continue then also looking, we can see in Yirmiyahu, in chapter 33, verse 10, it says over there the words, Ufahadu v'rigazu al kol HaTova v'al kol HaShalom. Translates, and fear and trembling because of all the good also equals 1040. Now let's put that in perspective and in its context. Let's take a look at some verses before. Let's take a look at verse 6 in that chapter. Hashem says, behold, I will bring it healing and cure, and I will cure them, and I will reveal to them a greeting of peace and truth. And I will return the captivity of Yehuda and the captivity of Yisrael and build them up like I did it first. And I will purify them of all their iniquity and all that they sinned against me, and I will forgive all their iniquities that they sinned against me and that they rebelled against me. And it shall be, they shall be, Israel will be for me a name of joy, for a praise for glory, and for all of the nations of the earth who will hear of all the good that I do for them, and fear and tremble because of all the good and because of all the peace that I do for it, for the Holy Land of Israel too. This is the concept. This is the context. This is the fear and the trembling, the earthquake. The reason why, because it's all ultimately for the good of Hashem's chosen people. It's for us, for Israel. And what's good for us is good for all of humanity. Those who accept it now, great. Those who don't accept it, eventually you'll see the truth and you will accept it. You'll have no choice but to accept it. And you will willingly accept it. And you will not be too happy in your own eyes because you didn't accept it originally. But that's okay. Hashem wants people to do teshuvah, wants people to come back to Him. Let's continue a little bit more. So much. Let's take a look at those words. And a cave underneath the ground will be revealed. In Hebrew, Uma'arta chada min techot ara yitgaleh. And the cave underneath the ground will be revealed. The gematria of those words is 2,359. Let's just take a look at those digits. 2359. Understand the digits are a hint. 2 is referring to the number 2. 2 in context of number, which is what? 359. 359 is Mashiach, but with the kolel of 1 added to it, which is 35. Again, Mashiach is 358. With the kolel, it's 359. Therefore, the 2 is referring to Mashiach Ben Yosef and Mashiach Ben David. That is in this context. This is part of the secret of the number itself. But let's not just go there. Let's actually go to a place in the Torah with this gematria of 2,359, which we don't have to go far, in Bereshit, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 9. There it is written, Hashem Elokim min ha'adama kol eitz nechmad l'mareh b'tov l'ma'chal ve'etz ha'chayim b'toch hagan ve'etz hada'at. Those words from the full pasuk equal, which again translates, and Hashem, caused to sprout. It's not written there, but it's the inferred word that was the preceding word. Hashem from from the ground, every tree, and that was pleasant to see and good to eat, and the tree of life in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge. Hashem is basically saying over here, you have a choice. Everything I created is for the ultimate and is for the best. You have the tree of knowledge. And you have, of course, first the tree of life. The tree of life is the Torah. The tree of life is that which gives you everlasting life and everything that we want. The tree of knowledge is the way to earn the right to the tree of life. When you choose good instead of evil, tov, not ra, evil, then you'll be able to eat from the tree of life in its proper time. And now is coming up to this proper time very, very soon. And this again comes down. It all comes down to the fact of our choice. Taking a look at the cave that was revealed, taking a look at the injustice of those people that never seen or they have been trapped for so long. What mad? What kind of suffering? How do you understand it? Our voices have to be very much loud. We have to really make a mark in the Shemayim, in the heavens, saying we protest this type of treatment. We are human beings, Ben Adam. And we want to bring holiness into this world, not desecration. It's up to us. This video will be continued the next series. And this is going to begin very soon. So again, those who want to contact me, those who want to be a part of the quote-unquote inner circle to get more information, find out more about what Hashem has blessed you with and how you can use those tools, those gifts that are only for you from Hashem. I'm happy to help you see them, understand them through beginning of finding your place in the Torah, and then working with you, and then us working together cohesively. But again, this information isn't for all people. You really have to want it. You have to have the capacity to really grasp it and understand it. And for the majority, little by little, but it's all right. But those who are thirsty for it, again, my email is there, but patience. I am one person, and I have to work according to the pace that I'm able to. Thank you all again. And again, if you can, subscribe so that I can keep doing what I'm doing. Ring the bell, get the other videos. You know how it goes. That would be great so that I can continue. And those who also want to help and to support the work also that I do on Heart Zion, then also you can also make a donation through the website, and there'll be more information also about that later on too. Thank you again, everybody. Until next time, always remember, again, true knowledge, its power, and the power there is to bring humbleness. Through that, we are connected to Hashem. May we all be connected. Amen.